Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're tired of feeling tired and you're ready to power up your day the right way without the jitters and crashes, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're going to build a playbook for real, sustainable energy. Let's get into it.
So, does this look familiar? You glance at your to-do list and it just feels impossible. Like it would take a superhuman effort just to make a dent in it. You know that constant feeling of running on fumes before the day's even really gotten started? It's a struggle so many of us face every single day.
And what do? We got stuck in this vicious cycle on the left, right? We grab a coffee, a sugary snack, anything for that quick jolt. But then, an hour later, boom, we crash and we feel even worse. What we're really after is what you see on the right, that steady, reliable energy that you can actually count on all day long. And it's something you build, not borrow.
So, to get you there, here's our game plan. First, we'll quickly touch on why we're all so tired, the modern energy drain. Then, we'll dive into our 3 core pillars: fueling your body, recharging your system, and building mindful habits. And then at the end, we'll pull it all together into a simple playbook you can start using right away. All right, so let's start by looking at the problem itself. What is at the root of this collective fatigue so many of us are feeling?
This quote from the Cleveland Clinic just says it all, doesn't it? It just hits home because it validates that feeling that the demands on us are genuinely huge. It's not just in your head. Our energy reserves are constantly being tested.
And that brings us to the most important idea we're going to talk about today. We have to shift our mindset. It's time to stop borrowing energy from quick fixes and start building a solid, resilient foundation of energy that actually lasts.
So where do we start building that foundation? Well, Pillar 1 is all about the fuel you put in your tank. You wouldn't expect your car to run without gas, right? Our bodies are exactly the same. Now, a really key concept here is something called the glycemic index. It sounds kind of scientific, but the idea is simple. High GI foods, think white bread, candy, they spike your blood sugar and then lead to a massive crash. But low GI foods, they release their energy slowly and steadily. This right here is the secret to dodging that dreaded 3 p.m. slump.
So what does that look like on your plate? It's the good stuff. We're talking whole grains like oats or brown rice, leafy greens like spinach, snacking on some berries and nuts. These are the real building blocks for day-long energy.
And here's a pro tip. Pair those healthy carbs with some lean protein. Protein is your best friend for stable energy because it slows down digestion and keeps your blood sugar from going on a roller coaster. So adding some fish, chicken, or eggs to your meal, that's the real game changer for long-lasting fuel.
And finally, for this pillar, let's talk about the easiest, most overlooked energy booster there is: water. Seriously, the research is so clear on this. Even being just a little bit dehydrated can make you feel tired. It is such a simple fix, but it has a massive, massive impact.
Okay, on to Pillar 2, recharging your system. Because real energy isn't just about what you're doing when you're awake. It is so deeply connected to how you rest and recover. The absolute non-negotiable here is sleep. Think of your body like your phone. It has to plug in and recharge every single night. And for most of us adults, that magic number is 7 or more hours. That's when your body does all its important repair work and restocks your energy for the next day. But what if you really struggle with sleep? Well, this method from Harvard Health sounds a little weird, but it's incredibly effective. You actually restrict your sleep for a short time to build up a stronger sleep drive, which helps you fall asleep faster and stay asleep. Then you slowly add time back until you find that perfect amount for you.
Now, the other big energy vampire is stress. Just think about it. Being worried, angry, or anxious consumes a huge amount of physical and mental energy. So finding ways to manage that stress, whether it's meditation, a walk, or just talking to a friend, is absolutely crucial for keeping your battery charged.
All right, so our bodies are fueled and recharged. Our final pillar is all about the small, consistent habits that can create these massive shifts in how you feel every single day.
When we think exercise for energy, we usually picture a grueling hour-long workout, but the research tells a different story. The key isn't some crazy, intense session. It's about small, consistent bursts of movement.
And how small are we talking? This small. Just 5 minutes. It's so achievable, right? It's just enough to get your blood pumping and wake your body and brain up. Anybody can fit this into their day.
And here's where it gets really cool. Researchers found that people who took these little 5-minute walks 6 times during their workday didn't just feel more energy, they actually felt happier. So the big takeaway is that it's all about frequency, not one single huge effort.
And this brings us to being mindful about 2 common things: caffeine and alcohol. Look, caffeine can be a great tool for a little boost, but you have to be smart about it. Too much or having it too late in the day is just going to sabotage your sleep and set you up for a crash. And alcohol, it might feel like it relaxes you, but it's actually a sedative that wrecks your sleep quality, leaving you feeling sluggish the next day. Phew, okay, we have covered a ton of ground. So now let's pull all of this together into a super simple, actionable playbook that you can literally start using the second this is over.
See, it all comes down to these 3 pillars. 1. Fuel your body with the right foods and lots of water. 2. Recharge your system by getting good sleep and dealing with your stress. And 3. Build mindful habits, like those little micro walks, and be smart about your caffeine and alcohol intake.
Now, looking at that list, it can feel a little overwhelming. But here's the most important thing I want you to take away from this. You don't have to do it all at once. Just pick one thing. Seriously, just one. Maybe it's drinking an extra glass of water. Maybe it's that one 5-minute walk. Start small. That's how you build momentum and create change that actually sticks.
And I want to leave you with this final thought to chew on. So often, we just accept being tired as a non-negotiable part of life. But what if it isn't? What if your fatigue isn't a requirement, but a choice? A choice that you can start to change, with one small step starting today. The power is absolutely in your hands. Thanks so much for joining me.